Good morning. Welcome to my vlog day 2. So today I'm going to be answering a lot of questions that I get asked on social media. And I also thought, why not give a lot of my viewers, not only on YouTube, but a lot of my other followers on LinkedIn, on Twitter, on Instagram, a little bit of insight into myself, about my journey and how I came about to becoming a mental health professional and a life coach. I hope you have your coffees ready. And so let me tell you something. I wasn't a mental health professional or a life coach to begin with. My original profession was in dentistry, and I graduated from India in 2005. And I got married 2006. Me and my husband, we moved to Toronto, and we stayed there for almost close to 10 years, and then we moved to Boston. I did give a lot of the international dental exams, but my heart wasn't in it. I wasn't very passionate about going into dentistry. And at that point, I think my husband asked a very good question, and he said, if you wouldn't have become a dentist, then what would you have been doing? So I told him I would have gone into psychology, because I was always interested in psychology from the get-go. And so he said, why not pursue it? You've already done your bachelor's, so it shouldn't be that hard for you to switch over and do your master's. I started the journey of doing a master's in counseling psychology, and I graduated in 2011. And soon after, we had our first daughter. So I took time off, and I officially started working as a mental health professional in 2012. But you know how there's that little bit of a nagging feeling that, you should have stayed with dentistry, and maybe you didn't give it your all, and I was always split between trying to pursue something that I was truly passionate about, which was being in the mental health being a mental health professional, or going into something that I graduated in. And it tore me apart, to be truthful. And I worked as a mental health professional in Toronto. I was doing really well. I specialized in anxiety and depression disorders. And at the same time, I felt guilty. I moved to Boston, and I asked my husband if I should try again. And I don't know if that was the right decision or not, but I feel that I should have stuck with psychology, because I gave away almost 2 years, cleared all the entrance exams. I actually even got accepted into Columbia University. And at that point, just before I was saying yes, my daughter asked me, she's like, "Are you happy?" And she was just asking me an innocent question. And that's when I realized that, no, I'm not happy. I'm not happy going into dentistry. I never was. And that's when I found out what my true passion is, and never looked back since. And here I am with my own YouTube channel, talking to you guys, telling you the story, just because I feel that a lot of us go through this period where we question ourselves and we question why we did something. And it's okay to question, but also know that your instinct, your gut instinct, your intuition, or whatever you want to call it, always directs you into the right direction. I'm very happy doing what I'm doing. Let me get into some of the questions that you all have asked. So one of the first questions that I got asked was, what is your favorite tradition for Christmas? Well, for us, our favorite tradition has always been to get new ornaments for our Christmas tree. And we get that every year. My girls' choices have started to become different. My younger one likes anything pink. So any ornament that's on our tree in pink is hers. And my older one, she started with fairies, and now it's moved on to more different things. She wants a house, maybe some boots, something which is funkier. For us as parents, it becomes interesting to see them grow. And once they are off into universities, we'll always remember those little, ornaments as, how time flew by for us. So that's our favorite Christmas tradition, is we always go and get new ornaments for our tree. Now, your next question was, what made you start your channel? Now, it's a very good question. Because when I became a mental health professional, I realized that there was a lot of written resource on Google. So if you Google anything, you will probably have tons of things that pop up. But sometimes we don't have time to read, and we want faster tips and strategies for things that are affecting us. Maybe we're getting anxious and nervous, or we're going through different emotions in our life. and I wanted to come in. I wanted to give you all a lot of tips and strategies on dealing with everyday stresses in life. And along that journey, my hope is that whoever needs to hear something hears it, because you never know, a message might resonate with somebody at their most difficult time. And that's why I started this channel, because I wanted to make an impact in at least one person's life. So let's move on to the next question. I'm gonna have a quick sip of coffee before, it becomes cold. What is your favorite TV show? Oh boy, I actually have a lot. We watch a lot of TV shows, me and my husband. We're more into sci-fi thrillers, actually. We like Lost in Space. That's on Netflix. That's one of my favorite TV shows, and I actually got my girls to watch it too. So it's actually getting released on Wednesday, the new episodes on Netflix. So if you watch it, there you go, something new for you to know. We also watch, well, when Friends was on Netflix for the longest time, we would just binge watch Friends. I mean, why not, right? We grew up with watching Friends, and it's funny, you still laugh at all their jokes. You know exactly what they're going to say if you're like me, who's watched Friends a lot of times, and you still laugh because it's just relaxation. We watch a lot of shows on makeovers, like houses, house makeovers, or having vacation rentals. That's one of our favorite shows. We watched Mediterranean Life, Bahamas Life, Instant Hotel, a couple of other ones. We actually really enjoy kind of all these home makeover shows. The next question is, what are your favorite books to read? Well, I'm a lot into thrillers. Yeah. So I like to read John Grisham, James Patterson, Jonathan Kellerman, Michael Connelly. And I also read, I kind of finished her series, Anne Perry. She wrote murder mysteries based in the 1800s. So, and my daughter was joking the other day. We went into Barnes and Noble to buy something, and she looked at me and she's like, "Mom, it's like you're in a candy store." She's like, "Your eyes are so wide, you see all your books." And I was like, yeah, if you leave your mom here, she's probably going to be the happiest person on earth, and you'll never find me again because I would be lost in books. That's how much I enjoy reading books. I went off topic. So yes, my favorite types of books to read are thrillers. So the next question is, what are your favorite drinks? Interesting. Well, I will start with the non-alcoholic ones. Cup of coffee is absolutely needed in the morning. And in terms of drinks, I'm not much of a big drinker, so I'm more of a social drinker. I do enjoy a glass of wine. I might pronounce them completely wrong because, like I said, I'm not a big drinker, but I do like the Cabernets, the Pinot Noirs. My husband makes this really cool drink called the sidecars. Those are very nice. And recently he started making another cocktail, which is, I think it's called the Tipperary. So not big of a drinker, so we don't drink at home. It's only during social occasions that we do end up drinking. Oh yeah, and I do enjoy vodka-based drinks as well. But you won't see me sitting with a glass of wine every evening. That's not me. So yeah, that's what I enjoy to drink. What is a fun fact about you? A fun fact about me is, and I recently created alter egos for my channel. I'm not sure if you've had a chance to see them, but I will link one up here for you to have a look. But I created alter egos for kind of having a fun aspect to a channel which talks about mental health and personal development. So I created Natalie, who has an attitude on her. Let's put her that way. And Becca is the other one, who is more immature, but and those are my alter egos. So my kids are like, "Oh, did these personalities already exist in Mom?" And we're like, "Yeah, maybe." Maybe that's how these alter egos came into play. But if you could change one thing that happened, what would it be? That's the next question. I actually wouldn't change a thing, to be honest. I think every person goes through things and as a learning experience. So when you are going through something, you always wish that those things were different. You know how we always talk about the grass being greener on the other side? Well, no, if you water the grass on your side, it becomes greener on your side too. So I wouldn't change a single thing about my life. Could I have done things differently? Now that's a different question. Yes, I could have done some things differently, but I wouldn't change anything that I've gone through because it's made me who I am. And I want that to resonate with you as well. So if you're going through something, don't ask for it to be changed. Ask for it. Ask yourself how you could do things differently and try a different way of doing things. But I wouldn't change anything. Oh, here we have an interesting question. How did you come up with your characters on your channel, Natalie and BECCA? I get asked that a lot on LinkedIn. So I thought it would be more fun to communicate certain things through characters, because you meet a lot of different people in life, and most of the times we feel that other people are somehow responsible for how we are doing or how we are feeling. So that is how those characters came into being. I created one which I'm sure you all have seen in your life, Natalie, who has that little bit of attitude in her, who cares more about herself, who is a little bit bossy. And then you have BECCA, who is your immature one, who does things spontaneously, has a little bit of a sense, like a meter in her of good and bad. So she does have that sense. So that's how those characters came into being, because giving examples on how the situations arise and how you can deal with them was important for me to communicate to all of you. So that's why I created the characters of Natalie and BECCA. And also my older daughter, she said, make it more fun, make it interesting. So I took her advice and I came up with Natalie and BECCA. Now, one of the other questions I get asked during the holiday season is, what is your one advice for keeping strong during the holidays? My one advice to everyone is, know your limits. Don't push yourself. We try to go overboard in our gifts and preparing, and we take the fun spirit out of it because we're stressed to buy gifts for everyone. And that is one of my vlog videos, is how to stay calm during the holiday season and what you can do to combat the stress and feel that you are not pressurized to live up to certain expectations, because that's what happens. During gift giving time to maybe your extended family members, you feel that there's a certain expectation of gifts, of what you're going to give them based on the prior years. So I want you to not feel that pressure and enjoy the spirit of Christmas. Gift giving is the additional stuff that comes with it, but during Christmas time, during this holiday season, it's more about connecting with your family, having fun with them, having fun with your kids, having fun game nights, watching Christmas movies, or in our case, also watching Bollywood movies. It's all about having that feeling of being together. So that is my one advice to you. Enjoy with your family. Enjoy having fun with them. So, yep, those are some questions that I get asked. There were a lot more, but I just picked the top few that I thought were really good to talk about during this vlog on day 2. Tomorrow, we're going to be talking a little bit more on how to not break your bank during the holidays. That's interesting, right? I'll see you here tomorrow then. Have a great day, and bye-bye now.